What's going on, guys? Today's video I'm going to be explaining what are the best options for each HUT icon trade-in set. In NHL 20 they introduced the HUT icons, replacing the old Legends system. Now these HUT icon collectibles are going to allow you to trade them in for specific rated Legends. So in this game we're looking at one HUT icon collectible for an 85, two for an 86, three for an 87, and so forth, all the way up to 90, which costs 9 HUT icon collectibles. So I'm going to give you what you should choose if you do come into the situation where you get two that you don't know, and I'm going to give you the best options for each rating and see if I can't help you a little bit, making your decisions a little bit easier, guys. So let's jump into it. So there's 3 options, in my opinion, for the 85 as far as what you want to pull in the set. So you're looking at the 85 Luc Robitaille, over 6 foot, 215, so he is very big. He's got pretty good speed, 88, 88, and 88 across the board as far as acceleration, agility, and speed goes, and his wrist shot is very good with a 90 accuracy and 87 power. So he pretty much checks off everything in terms of what you're looking for in a winger. He would be a very, very good option if you do pull him. Next is last year's favorite, in my opinion, or one of them as far as alumni went, was the 85 Igor Larionov. Now, he is pretty small at 5'9", 172. His speed is just under Luc Robitaille's, as well as his shot. It's a little bit lower, but that 92 faceoff makes him very, very advantageous early on in the game. So if you do need a center and you can sacrifice having, not needing a winger necessarily, I would go with Igor over Robitaille. But in my opinion, the best 85 overall HUT icon that you can pull is FERRARO. He's a little bit bigger than Larionov, has 89 acceleration, 88 agility, and 90 speed, as well as a slightly better shot at 87 and 85 respectively. He loses about 5 points in face-off, but his overall speed being a little bit better, a little bit more added size, and a slightly better shot just makes him my personal favorite as far as the 85s go. Rolling into the 86 overalls, we've got our first defenseman in Borje Salming. He's got 88 speed, 88 acceleration, and 87 agility, which is pretty high end for defensemen at launch, and he's also got a slap shot that's 84 accuracy and 87 power, so you can actually get one tease off. He is left-handed, and he's over 6 foot. There aren't that many good defensemen that combine speed and shot, especially this early in the game, so if Borje does come up, I would select him. Next up is YVAN COURNOYER. Now, I do need to mention, this kind of comes into playstyle. There's actually about 4 or 5 really good 86 overalls, but COURNOYER is super small, but he does come with the X-Factor synergy and 1T, but his speed is a 91 acceleration, and an 84 overall agility. His wrist shot is an 89 accuracy and 88 power, which is the most important when it comes to a winger. So if you can get by his size and actually control him and make him shifty, COURNOYER is going to be a great selection for you. I would take Salming over COURNOYER, though. Hands down, the best 86 overall, and it's really not close, is last year's legend Mike Gartner. He's got X-Factor and 1T, 2 great synergies. He's right-handed, which is more rare than lefty in this game. He's over 6'1". His speed is a 95, agility is an 86, acceleration a 92, but his wrist shot accuracy is an 89, and his wrist shot power is a 91. His slap shot is also ruthless at 89 and 93. This is one of the better cards in the game currently, and if you do get him, select him over anyone else at 86. So for the 87s, I do need to mention, I think this is the worst set option, and let me explain why. The top-end cards for this one all have their flaws, and it does come with 2 goaltenders, so you don't want to pull a goalie in any of these sets, and unfortunately when I did mine, I got a choice between 87 Billy Smith and 87 Bernie Parent. They're both pretty small, and yeah, that's pretty much a waste of your weekly HUT icon selection for 87 overalls.
They'll set it up behind the net, trying to make a play out front. There he is, point blank range. Whoa! What a stop with the glove! Billy Smith flashing the leather.
So I'm going to give fourth and third kind of a tie here depending on position needs. So first up would be the 87 overall Brendan Shanahan. Now, if you need a winger, Shanahan's definitely the one you want to go after. He's gigantic. He's got 87 speed, agility, and acceleration, and then basically 90 overall shooting as far as slap shot and wrist shot power goes. He's a very, very good card, and he is huge, and like I said before, right-handed players do tend to be a bit more rare. But if you prefer a centerman, Brian Trottier is a little bit smaller, but does come with 89 overall faceoffs, 87 speed across the board, just like Shanahan, and his shot is slightly better in accuracy than it is power at 92 and 88, respectively. So this all just comes down to if you did get Shanahan and Trottier, it depends on if you need a center and a winger. Next is the 87 Matt Sundin. This card is absolutely gigantic, but again, I need to kind of explain, it depends on your play style. I'm not really good with gigantic guys that are kind of slower, and that's what Matt Sundin is. His speed's an 86, acceleration in 84, and agility in 83. His shot is slightly above average for the HUD icons at 88 power, 86 accuracy, but he does have an 89 overall faceoff. So if you like the big guys as far as your gameplay goes, then I would definitely go with Matt Sundin. You can't really get much bigger, to be honest with you, at forward. But my personal favorite for the 87s is Martin St. Louis. Again, I don't think the 87s are all that good. I think there's better 86s, but for 87s, he is very small at 5'8", obviously, but his acceleration, agility, and speed is just under 90 at 89 overall. Same with his shot. His wrist shot accuracy is 89 and 88. For whatever reason, his slap shot accuracy is an 81, but the wingers, you want better wrist shot than slap shot, so that's okay. If I did pull any of those guys, St. Louis would be the one I would be most excited about, if not Trottier or Shanahan, depending on position need. On to the 88 overalls, and in my opinion, the 88s have the best set of players regardless of all of the other sets. So if you can only get a few collectibles in a week and whatnot, I would shoot for the 88s. They're going to give you the best combination of players no matter who you get as far as 88 overall. So first would be Teemu Selanne, over 6 foot, has X Factor and 1T as his synergies, acceleration's a 92, agility is an 86, speed is a 92. His endurance is a little low, but his shooting is all basically just under 90. Solani's still one of the best cards, just like last year, and if I were to get him, that would be dynamite. He is right-handed as well, so just another added bonus for him. But again, any of the 88s are a good go. Next would be the 88 Peter Forsberg, very big at 6'1", 205, 88 acceleration, 88 agility, and 89 speed to go with 88 accuracy in shooting and 90 in power. He also has an 88 overall faceoff. One of my favorite players growing up, and again, just like last year, one of the better cards, especially at launch. He would be an awesome addition to your team. But slightly edging him out is the 88 overall Joe Sakic. He is slightly faster with 91s as far as acceleration and agility, slightly slower in top-end speed at 87, but it's his wrist shot at 94 accuracy and 91 power that does make him so deadly. His faceoff is just under Forsberg's at 87 overall, so as the game gets later on and you're getting better centermen as far as faceoffs go, just like I did last year, I'd recommend throwing him on the wing just because his wrist shot is so good. But this is one of the better cards that is currently in the game, and as you can see in the stats, he's played 21 games for me, and he's just lighting it up. I do need to mention there are quite a few defensemen at 88 overall, like Chris Pronger. They are very slow. Their shot is very good, along with Brett Hull. Brett Hull was a favorite last year, but his speed is so slow that it kind of freaks me out to have someone with like an 83 overall speed, regardless of Brett Hull's 95 overall shooting. On to the 89s, and I do need to mention the 89s are the most risky because they cost so many collectibles, and they do have an option to get the 89 overall Jacques Plante and the 89 Terry Sawchuk. Now, I get it, this is not the end of the world because you're going to get an 89 overall goaltender, but they're not all that good, and the great part about the 89s, though, is that one of the best cards in the game is an 89 overall. So let's start off with the 89 overall Marcel DIONNE. He is a great winger in my opinion. He does have 85 center or 85 faceoff and is a centerman, but he is rather small. 90 acceleration, 88 agility, and 90 speed, and then he's got over 90 shooting. So obviously, he is very, very good with his shot. I would have him on the wing over center just because he is so small. That's the only downfall to him. Next is another small guy in 89 overall, HOWIE MORENZ. I was able to get this card out of my 89 pack, and his speed is off the charts. 95 acceleration, 88 agility, and 95 speed to go along with a wrist shot that's 96 accuracy and 95 power. He is very small, just like DIONNE, but he flies down the wing, and especially because there's no glide animation anymore in NHL 20, when you catch him in transition, he just flies down the side of the boards. You can straight line most defensemen in this game, so if you do get him, I would select HOWIE MORENZ. Unless you get the 89 Paul copy. This is by far the best defenseman in the game, just like launched last year, only he's better in my opinion when you compare it to the other stats of all the other cards in the game. Currently, 91 acceleration, 88 agility, and 90 speed to go along with a slap shot that's over 91. This is the predominant great defenseman that's currently in Hockey Ultimate Team for NHL 20. And finally, on to the 90s. Now, I do need to say, if you pull any of the 90s, it really doesn't matter. Patrick Waugh is a 90 overall. He's the only goaltender, but since there's only one goalie 90 overall, you're going to guarantee yourself at least a forward in the first week. So, number 3, in my opinion, is the 90 Gordie Howe. I was able to pull him in my set. Now, his speed is under 90, but his balance is a 97. He's so hard to get knocked off the puck. His wrist shot is a 92 accuracy and 87 power. I have been using him on the wing, obviously, because, you know, he's a right wing and his faceoff isn't very good. He's a very, very good forward for working the cycle down low. His other stat, I mean, his speed is a little mediocre, especially for a 90, same with his slap shot, but that 97 balance, in my opinion, kind of puts him over the edge of Mark Messier. My second choice would be Jean Beliveau. He's 6'3", 205, so slightly bigger. His speed is slightly faster than Gordie Howe's at 90 overall, and his shot is 90 or just at it. Does have 83 faceoff, but again, that is a little bit lower compared to some of the other centermen that are HUT icons. I might put him at wing. He is very big, so again, if that does fit your play style, the cycle game with him would be fantastic. And finally, easily the best HUT icon that you can pull in any of these sets is the 90 overall Guy Lafleur. 6 foot, so big enough. 94 acceleration, 91 agility, 94 speed, and then his shot is bananas. 96 accuracy, 94 slap shot, and his wrist shot is a 98 and 96 respectively. He was amazing in NHL 19, and this card is absolutely whack. Other than the 91 Mario Lemieux and 91 Gretzky that you can't get in these sets, the 90 Guy Lafleur is easily the best card that you can pull. So guys, those are my picks for each of the HUT icon sets. I hope this makes your decision a little bit easier. Again, always pick the card that you really want. If you do have a favorite player and whatnot, always select them. But just again, these were my personal selections that I would pick to try and help you guys out. I got a lot of questions during my streams about who to pick when it came to certain cards, so I thought I'd make a video on it. Again, you can catch me Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm a full-time NHL content creator, so you can catch me then, along with on the weekend, but those vary in time. So, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you do like the content, and I'll see you guys next time.